Hey yo, Ezra KWIZERA here. Youth Connect 360 at KWIZERA. Hey, I'm with my brother from a different mother. Hey, Steve. There's a lot we're gonna learn from Steve. And the reason why I got Steve on this channel is all about he's a lot to teach our brothers, our sisters, the young people, entrepreneurship. So Steve, we're gonna have a conversation. But can you just introduce yourself? Like, what's your name? Steve who? Steve Harvey?
So my name is Steve Kalinda, and yeah, I'm from Rwanda, but I spent a lot of time in the UK, over 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah, over 20 years. I know.
That means your life you've been in the UK.
100%. Well, yeah.
So, you know, with Youth Connect, it's all about like, yeah, us teaching one another, like we share stories. And as someone who grew up in Uganda, moved to Rwanda, then we moved to Canada for almost 18 years.
Oh, come on.
I'm everywhere. I don't know where to belong, but when I come to Rwanda, I'm like, home.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, so that's why like Youth Connect is like, it's about us connecting. Kalinda and KWIZERA connecting.
Love that.
And get to know, okay, what does Steve do?
So wow, it's a big question, but I'll try and make it shorter.
Yeah.
So I'm a digital artist, and something I fell into, and so what really that means, I was a graphic designer. Again, just randomly landed into that, and then you know, I like the idea of being an artist, but I never had time to paint. So through digital art,
Yeah.
I was on the first. I don't know if I was the first wave, but I jumped on that and took it seriously. And God bless, I sold a lot of art worldwide. I even did some big project with NFT. Yeah, I sold a lot of NFT. Yeah.
That's what's up, yeah.
Yeah, 2020 was a good year.
So this conversation, you know, I want to just talk about like you living in the UK for 20 years, like the culture, the speed, and let's talk about this stuff like speed, time.
Yeah, man. I mean, most of my life in the UK was in London. Again, just like you, big city, small fish.
Yeah.
And I was young, but London's fast. You know, pretty much like Vancouver, New York, all of these places. And I literally, you know, developed this, you know, I don't know, I didn't even develop, being like an art lover, just loving art,
Yeah.
London is super creative.
Yeah.
I discovered the art world in London, and I was very lucky to do that. Met some really interesting artists there. And what I'll say is this, although London is fast, probably faster than most cities, it's super creative. It's really creative.
So us, as Africans, you're trying to be a millionaire, you need to be 30, 40.
100%.
Yet,
That's a good point.
everything is on your phone.
Yeah.
But now, how do you,
That's a really good point.
yeah, but how do you get to choose what builds you, yeah, what you need? Because I'm you know, I can confess, most of my time I can be, if I go on TikTok, I'm like, I'm just wasting time. Just, but I'm not learning anything, you know, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
So the time management, to me, that's where I find even adults, you know, we face the time management. You wake up in the morning, just go on WhatsApp, see status of people. You go on TikTok, you can see, what happened? What? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, things that you're supposed to do is you're like, God, man, I'm so behind. So I find with the Genesis, they need big brothers.
They do.
Because I find like our fathers they've taught us the hard way, you know, which is the good way.
Yeah.
I respect that.
I agree.
But now with the new Genesis, you know, how can we guide them with grace?
That's it's a good point, because what you're doing here at this hub, I love it, because exactly what you said, Gen Zs are spoiled. The real truth is they're spoiled.
Yeah.
There's so much
Oh, they're so
They're
spoiled.
spoiled.
They're so blessed. They're
Oh my
blessed
God.
and spoiled.
Do you know what I mean? It's like they can literally they you know, making beats is there, drawing is there, getting exposure on TikTok.
Yes.
If you put the work in, it's there. But if you don't have the guidance,
Yeah.
like what you're trying to do with them,
Yes.
if you don't have somebody that tells you, listen, just, I'll say for me, someone told me this, and I learned after that. That's what I did. He said, if you want to be successful, do one thing, be really good at that, and everything else will come after. But start with one thing, whether it's making beats, be the best, and then you can make films after that. You can do, but pick one thing. And but if I hadn't had that discipline for myself, so what you're doing is you're giving them the opportunity to discover what they love. But after that, I think for these Gen Z, they have to pick one thing and be really good at that, just one thing, because too many things is impossible.